Hi, I'm Brendan and I work for the state of Maryland. This is my husband, Zach. We are proud residents of Maryland and part of a military-connected community. Before Zach shares a little bit about himself, I wanted to share that we are recognizing this month as Pride Month. We are happy to share our stories and experiences with the military and LGBTQ+ community. So now you get to hear from Zach and the impact the state has made on him as a veteran.
Hello, everyone. I'm Zach. I served active duty in the United States Air Force for 8 years and was lucky enough to spend my full enlistment station right here at Fort Meade, Maryland. I owe so much to the Air Force. Military life gave me structure, purpose, a career, lifelong friendships, and is even responsible for me meeting my husband of over 10 years. But it was not without its challenges. Being a service member in and of itself comes with a lot of pressure in its own right. But this was especially true as a queer service member. I actually graduated from boot camp the same weekend that Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed. And while that sounds like perfect timing, I still had to keep my identity hidden throughout my early training. One wrong word could have meant getting kicked out before my career even started. Even after the repeal, the early years felt like walking on eggshells, carefully gauging who you could trust, constantly bracing yourself for judgment or retaliation. There's a mental toll that comes with always being on alert, especially in a space that thrives on conformity and discipline. And while my transition out of the military was smoother than most, I had a career opportunity lined up, a supportive partner at home, and a community I felt connected to. I've never forgotten how heavy it can all be, especially when you feel like you have to carry it alone. I first found out about the Trevor Project in one of the hardest ways imaginable. In 2013, just a few short years into my service, one of my closest friends, an Army soldier stationed with me here at Fort Meade, took his own life. It shattered me and everyone in our crew. When you're in the military, your friends become your family, and in LGBTQ+ circles especially, your crew is your safe space. Losing someone like that, it changes you. That's when I came across the Trevor Project. In the years that followed, I began supporting their work, raising awareness around mental health, suicide prevention, and the unique challenges LGBTQ+ service members and youth face. Their 24/7 crisis services, trained counselors, and peer support networks are life-saving. Just knowing there's a place where young queer people, especially those feeling isolated or unseen, can be heard, supported, and affirmed, it matters more than I can say. Even if you never need it yourself, knowing it's there, knowing who you can ask for help, that can change everything. This is true for everyday life, but rings especially true during those extra stressful times like periods of transition or uncertainty.
Zach's transition from service back to civilian life was one we navigated together, and it was a wake-up call for me too. As a military spouse, I've seen the unique pressures that service members face from the outside looking in. The long hours, the deployments, the unspoken rules. But when you're in a same-sex relationship, especially in those early years, it came with another layer entirely. You don't just worry about your partner's safety, you worry about being seen, about being accepted, about whether or not you're allowed to show up together at all. Maryland has been good to us. We've built a life here. We found community. But we also know that not every LGBTQ+ veteran or military family has that same experience. And that's why we speak up and why visibility matters. Because our stories might help someone else feel a little less alone.
Pride Month isn't just about celebration. It's about recognition, education, and advocacy. It's about lifting up voices that haven't always been heard and making sure every service member, every veteran, and every military family knows you belong.
So if you're watching this and you're in the process of transitioning out of the service, or if you're supporting someone who is, please know that there are resources out there, from peer support networks to mental health services to organizations like the Trevor Project. Help is available and community is possible.
And if you're an ally, we see you. Your support means everything. Keep speaking up, keep standing with us.
This Pride Month, we invite you to help us build a Maryland where every LGBTQIA+ veteran, service member, and family feel seen, supported, and celebrated.
Because no one should feel alone, especially those who have already given so much in service to others. Happy Pride, Maryland.